Welcome back, everybody. Thanks for joining me again. And so today's video, I'm going to be talking about how I came across owning this FJ40. In the process, I'm going to be taking it apart to get ready for some paint. I'm not going to do anything drastic, just a couple things that I want to do. But before we get to that, I wanted to say thank you to a few people. I want to say thank you to everybody in the comment section that you're there for every video. Thank you. Jim from Rockwolf Designs and Jason from Jason's RC. They're a great group of guys that not only get together every weekend to talk about RCs, but are also a great support group. I also want to thank my family. Their support means everything to me. They are there always. My kids are there. They watch my videos even though they're not into RCs. And I wanted to thank my wife. Although she claims she is not a patient person, she has been the most patient person in the world with me. She's allowed me the time and space to invest into my hobby. I have a nice benching corner, and I can't thank her enough. So, before this gets any more sentimental, let's go ahead, shift the camera so we can get a better look at what I'm doing, and not the tears on my face. Alright, there's gonna be some construction noise in the background. Not much I can do about that. And we'll see what I can take off without tools first. That's about it. So a while back, as you guys might recall, FMS had a contest about telling your FJ memories or memoirs. So as a teenager, my best friend's older brother had a 1973 FJ40. And this thing was every color primer you could imagine. It wasn't what you would call a cherry rig by no means, but it ran, no matter, it would run no matter what we put it through. I could still describe it in fairly good detail to this day. One of my favorite things about it was the wheels and tires. If I remember correctly, it had 15-inch wagon wheels, chrome. It had some BF Goodrich rubber on it. They were, 33 by 12s. That sat nice. And as time went on, there's improvements made. Well, at least improvements to our eyes. The main one being the addition of a 350 Chevy. The thing I didn't know about it is that the 350 Chevy will fit in a 1973 landcruiser. It'll fit the engine mounts, it'll fit the transmission, everything stock. The transmission groaned a little bit. The clutch didn't like it, but still, it kept rocking and rolling. Here's one quick tip. If you are taking the body apart, this firewall-ish section comes out. 1, 2, 3 screws on the inside, but you have to remove the doors. Once you get the door free, this little section comes free. I'll show it to you once it's out. So once you get all your screws off for your firewall, it will also detach your windshield, which connects in here. And be careful pulling it out because your steering wheel can get caught up in this area. You don't want to break that. After that, you can pull off whatever you need to if you feel like repainting. Everything's just pushed in. Take caution when pulling out your grill. If you look right here, the grill and your light buckets are all one piece. And it's pressed in here, so you might want to pry that out in order not to break anything. To say pulling this off was stressful is an understatement. I thought I was going to break these off a couple times for sure, so be extremely careful with these pinholes and the pins on the body themselves. They were bending horribly. Gonna paint the light bucket silver, but I also found this out. Get another grill behind that, and this metal. So yeah, might have to see what a little sandpaper does to that. Bring out that grill. The grill wasn't nearly as bad as taking this off. See, that grill snaps onto these pins which go through these holes. That was stressful. So getting back to the story, I forgot to mention the location. This was in Los Angeles, well, Monterey Park, which is adjacent to East LA. During that time in Monterey Park, I wouldn't say four-wheel drive vehicles were ubiquitous. It was during the tuning era, so it was a lot of Integras. So that truck stuck out. He also had a Carmen Ghia I never got a chance to drive. Okay, so we got everything about as torn down as we wanted it. Warning you guys that it's at the point with these back screws right here. Man, they'll give you a hell of a time. I don't know what it is about these screws. I think it's a combination of them being machine screws being put into plastic, and the screw heads themselves seem to be very soft. So if you do plan on taking this apart in any fashion, just be aware that the screws are a little sensitive to being torqued. Back to the story. Being that we lived in LA, you know, the city's very congested. And it wasn't that I wasn't used to it, but I've always liked being out in the woods. And his brother would take us out away from the city. We'd head up to the mountains, find some trails, and go off-roading. And that was really the highlight of that vehicle. I mean, we would put it through some hell. We'd find a trail and take it down there and see if we can get it stuck. And we never really did accomplish that. Best part of those days was when he would let us drive. We weren't supposed to, but who cares, right? Of course, it wouldn't be the most difficult trails or most rugged ones, but still, you know, we were kids, and having that much power and that much of a vehicle to control, it's exhilarating. There's a lot of great memories tied to that truck. So I'm going to go ahead and leave the story there. I'm going to keep working on this. I'm going to leave you with some run footage, and yeah, this is going to be a two-parter. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.